Well, my name is Indrodil Chakraborty, and I'm associated to Centum Learning from 2017. And on behalf of Centum Learning, I've done many trainings like OJT trainings of Calcutta Electric Supply Corporation CAC Limited, Liva Projects Garments, trained in White W Store, Pantaloons, like various other huge departmental stores, Tata Motors, etc. And so I'm presenting a presentation. They've asked me to present a business presentation on behalf of them. So I like to uh, deliver a small presentation called business presentations. So business presentation is a purpose laid summary of key information about a company's plan, products, or practices designed either internal or external audiences. The project proposals, HR policy presentations, and investors briefings are among the so here I'm speaking on business presentation. So according to me, a business presentation is done for a purpose laid summary of key information about the company's plans, products, and practices designed for either internal or external audiences. Project proposals, HR policy presentations, and investors briefings are among the few types of presentations. There are three types of business presentations: informative, persuasive, and supporting. So I'll explain the three types of business presentations one by one. So informative business presentation, as the name suggests, the purpose of an informative presentation is to discern the knowledge you have and explain what you know, and it is the most common type of presentations out there. So you are probably prepared such at least in several types. So the explanation of informative presentations are done for team briefing presentation, annual stakeholders report, business portfolio presentations, and business plan presentations. What is persuasive presentation? The goal of this type of presentation is to persuade our audience of your point of view, convince them of what you believe is right. Developing business presentations of this caliber requires a bit of more copywriting mastery as well as expertise in public speaking. Unlike an informative business presentation, your goal here is to sway the audience opinions and prompt them towards the desired action. So examples of persuasive presentation includes sales presentation and business care presentations. Business proposal presentations also. Supporting the business presentation. This category of business presentation is meant to facilitate the decision making, explain how we can get something done. The underlying purpose here is to communicate the general action plan, then break down the necessary steps for bringing it to life. Examples of supporting presentations: roadmap presentation, goal sheet discussions, and business viability, project vision presentation, and where you want to be. So now we'll discuss about the management of project, like we call it as project management. A project management is a process of leading the work of a team to achieve all project goals within the given constraints. This information is usually described as in project documentation created at the beginning of development process. The primary constraints are scope, time, and budget. And the 5 steps of project management includes initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and lastly, closure. So, I was also asked to describe the change management. According to me, the change management in project management includes a systematic approach to dealing with the transition or transformation of an organization's goals, processes, or technologies. The purpose of change management is to implement the strategies for effecting the change, controlling change, and helping people to adapt to change. So there are 3 principles that can help to overcome this change management challenge. What are the 3 changes? Managers should ensure the changes they are communicating should be clear, compelling, and credible. So there are 4 things key to change management. What are those? Successful change management relies on core principles. Understanding the change, why the change is done, and the plan change. So planning the change accordingly and implement the change. So when you understanding why the change is required, you plan accordingly and implement the change and communicate down the line the changes. The assertiveness training. So, what is an assertiveness training? An assertiveness training is one of the major aspects of communication training, which enhances the interpersonal skills. Therefore, it plays an important role in our management developing training. Assertiveness training is a part of behavioral training aimed at empowering the people with and within the organization. This is a reaction which maintains a fair balance between the aggression and humility. Our training on assertiveness has proven to be a significant increase in capacity in the field of assertive communication, which impact the and conflict resolution. Focus is on the real life problems and challenges are faced in the workplace. So we also give our proper attention to the conflict resolution. Now we'll discuss in that. So assertiveness skills are the areas that emphasizes in the assertive training are listed down the line. Understanding the assertiveness, understanding how it benefits the workplace communication, getting the skills of strong communication, using the transaction analysis to strongly communicate, dealing with the aggressive and subdued behavior, art of saying no, and skills of perseverance are primary skills for successful conversation. So now we'll discuss about the influencing skills. Influencing skills is all about behaving in ways that offers others the invitation to change their behavior, attitudes, thoughts, and ways, and or accommodate our wishes, our own wishes, whilst accepting that they need and they may be unable or unwilling to change or unprepared to meet our request to be influenced. When we talk about influencing other people, we generally mean getting them to do something or to think or behave in a certain way in the workplace. You have three kinds of influence available to you. What are the out of them? Position influence and domineering influence are the foremost importance. So now we will discuss about the leadership fundament. Self-awareness, understanding the behavior, and impact on organizational outcomes. Leaders' communication effectively communicate and see, look after that the goals are reached and inspire the trust of the people. Second will be influence, be comfortable, persuading, promoting, and delegating the leadership. Third would be learning agility, know when to change the course. Leader must understand when to change, what to change, where to change, where the change they require. Accordingly, they steer their leadership and help others to also do so. The three fundamentals of leadership: a good leader, a good leader makes a good leader, not follows. So, leaders inspire others and they lead by example. So, what are the fundamentals of leadership? The three fundamental leadership skills include the ability to take a stand, ability to stay connected, the ability to manage own reactivity. Leadership skills, verbal presentation. So, what are the main skills that require to be a good leader? To be a good leader, one should have a good amount of verbal skills. Talk positive, say positive, active listening, non-verbal communication. So, communication, as we know, there are two types of communication, like verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Feedback. Leader always demands feedback, but what the others wants to say, that is a sign of a good leader. They takes feedback from the people, they give feedback to down the line, respecting others' views, confidence, clarity of speech, honesty, and friendliness. The friendliness includes taking all with him at the same time without any like prejudice or without disrespecting anyone. The leader should have the ability of taking all of his followers at the same time. Effective workplace communication. The benefits of effective workplace communication include improved productivity, increased morale of the people, higher employee satisfaction, higher greater trust in management, stronger teamwork, and higher employee engagement. Conflict resolution. So when you run an organization, it is natural that conflict is bound to come. So how we will give a proper resolution? See, the conflict is comes to a minimum and goes away, taking all of the people at the same time along with everyone, teamwork, without discriminating the people. So conflict resolution showing the attitude of how may I help you or how can I help you attitude. Helping others, showing empathy, understanding others' feelings, apology, displaying kindness, courtesy, showing respect, active listening. That's very important in leadership. Listen to others, attention to detail. So one leader should attentively listen to the problems. That will resolve the conflict. It's a proven fact. Listening both the ends, one who is complaining and one complaining against the other person. So one should listen on both the ends in order to resolve the conflict. Willingness to help by showing a good gesture is a part of actually the active listening by nodding, showing that he is listening. So when you nod someone, it is also a part of communication. Gesture, by showing the body movements and responding to the other who is complaining. This is a part of active listening. Emotional intelligence, popularized by psychologist Daniel Goleman. Emotional intelligence is defined as our capacity to be aware of how to control and to express the emotions. Emotional intelligence enables us as leaders to handle the interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. Here I like to tell you a story about emotional, how you listen to others. Like when there was a small girl who spilled his father's coffee on the dining table. And the father got angry and scolded his little daughter. And the daughter started crying. And father took time to make his daughter stop crying. And that has delayed his day. He missed his daughter's school van or school bus, and he reached late in the office. So one should have a control on the emotion, to be practical while thinking what after effect of doing something. And lastly, why emotional, the importance of emotional intelligence are also there. How? Emotional intelligence is important in leadership because it also improves the self awareness and increases the accountability, fosters communication, and builds the trusting relationships by helping leaders processes their emotions in more positive way that allows them to address the challenges more effectively. So there are good and bad ways of handling. There are also the good ways of handling emotional intelligence also. So that's it. I think that I could able to. I prepared these material because I was asked to make it. So I prepared it in a very hasty way. So I hope I could able to discuss the key points that were given to me. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thank you.